Hey internet, so as you read on the title, so this video is about my health condition, not about Genshin Impact. So as some of you guys have seen my video on, I think it was like an elemental weapon. So from that video I said that my shoulder is killing me, and like in terms of pain, that is. So I went to see the doctor to check it out, see what was going on. Like, it felt like a tear, but it wasn't. So they gave me a diagnosis of frozen shoulder. So what that is first of all, it's an uncommon diagnosis. It's kind of rare. So yay or not yay? It's like, I'm glad they managed to diagnose it, but kind of not happy that they found it, I guess. So what it is that it is an autoimmune condition where your cells attack your nerves in the shoulder. So basically your cells are confused and they're attacking your shoulder. Generally, if you have inflammation, this can happen. And if you've broken your arm, which I have, so that can also be a factor as well. So you're more likely to get a frozen shoulder if you have both. So unfortunately for me, I was diagnosed with gout/arthritis. Well, gout is a specific form of arthritis, and yeah, so normally gout is in your foot. However, there are some niche cases or edge cases where gout is in the joints in your body elsewhere. So normally a frozen shoulder is typically diagnosed in elderly women, and you generally don't see many cases like below the age of 40. So it's generally people 40 and up that have it, and it's not a common condition that you get diagnosed. So me being a 30-something-year-old dude, it's uncommon for me, I guess. And the reason why I have it, I guess it's the combination of the inflammation, and also I did break my left arm, so yeah. So the likelihood of me getting a frozen shoulder is higher than most. Okay, so is it a life-threatening disease? No. But it does make your life, well, yeah, you just activated hard mode, or you activated like New Game Plus in a Souls game, basically. What it is that your cells attack your nerves in the shoulder, which then causes your nerves and muscles to contract, which causes pain, which then causes your movement of your arm to be rigid and stiff. So it's not great. Yeah. Good news is it's recoverable. However, the time frame is like 3 years. So there is no cure, there's no medicine. So for those of you that are planning to like donate and help me out, there's nothing you can do. So New Zealand has like a pretty good healthcare system anyway, so yeah. So there's no need to donate or anything like that. I mean, I'm okay. If you want to donate, that's fine. I'm just telling you, like, there's no treatment, there's no medical bills or anything, so there's nothing that you can do. Right, so what has the doctor recommended? So You can get a steroid injection, which buys you time a little bit. So it gives you
Born of ice and frost.
basically like it allows you to keep your amount of movement in your arm. So right now I got 90 degrees X, Y, and Z. So I can move my arm like 90 degrees up, right, down, left, and sideways. 90 degrees. Well, I can't do 90 degrees backwards because that would break my arm, but like I can do 90 degrees frontwards. But yeah, so if I do get the injection, it extends the phase. So there are 3 phases. So right now I'm in the freezing phase. So my arm is in intense pain. So if I go over the 90 degrees motion, so if I move my arm like 100 degrees, I would say 91 to 95 I'm probably okay, but let's say 100 degrees. So at that point it feels like my arm's being ripped off, like literally being torn apart. Not a great feeling actually. Don't recommend. It's like a negative 9,000 out of 10. Do I wish it on my worst enemies? I have no enemies. Vinland Saga reference. Okay, so that's the freezing phase. It's probably the worst possible phase because everything just hurts and you can't move your arm very far. And then there's the frozen phase. So that's stage 2, where your arm is just like, basically the doctor said you've got 90 degrees motion right now, you're gonna lose half of it, so you're gonna be reduced to 45 degrees motion, and yeah, that's gonna suck. And he said like, don't worry, you can use your arm back in 2 to 3 years. So stage 3, the thawing phase, where your arm gradually gains motion and the pain is gone. So that's the good news. So it's not a life-threatening condition and it is recoverable on its own. There is no medicine or cure. Your body's just got to fix itself. So cool. That is some kind of a bright side, I guess. I think, yeah. So it's not good news, but it is like, I guess, a silver lining in the darkest cloud of storms. So what next? So yes, I can do physio, which kind of just like helps preserve the amount of motion that I have left, but physio is not going to stop it. It's not going to, like, well, if you don't do physio, it doesn't really matter because they can't stop it. So it's more like a buying time thing. So even if you have like the steroid injection and go to physio, like, the chances of it being delayed is still pretty slim. It's like 30%. So you kind of get to like use your arm just a little bit more, but the doctor said doesn't matter what you do, you're just gonna like lose mobility in your arm for like 3 years. And yeah, I mean, he said you can still use it. It's just like, if you want to push yourself beyond like your limits, it's gonna hurt. And yeah, so like in an emergency, if you need to use your arm and like for a specific motion to save a life or like to save your own life, yeah, you're gonna have to bear the pain and just like feel your arm being ripped off. And but in order to save your life, you gotta do what you gotta do. So that's what he said. And okay, I get that. So yeah, it's like, so technically I can still use my arm, but if you use it, you're most likely going to feel a lot of pain. So that's not good, but at the same time, it's like, so I can still use it, like, but with a massive asterisk, I guess. And so you're probably thinking, surely there is a happy ending to this. Well, for me, the happy ending is I get to use my arm back in 3 years. So yeah, I know it feels bad just leaving you with this like depressing kind of news. Well, put it this way, it doesn't change anything about this channel, doesn't change anything about me. Well, it changes me physically, but in terms of like personality wise, it doesn't change me. And I'm still going back to university studying software engineering next year. I only need one arm to code anyways. Even if I don't have both arms, I can use text to speech to text to code. So as long as I can speak, I can type in code somehow. So most of you guys know from previous videos that I was a former mechanical engineer, and I'm leaving that one because, yeah, just don't enjoy it. Plus, seeing like the possible future where robots replace mechanical engineers in the factory, I feel like it's a good time to change careers. Like, don't get me wrong, if I had like other responsibilities like a wife and kids, I definitely wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be investing in myself, but since it's just me, it's me against the world, I guess why not? Why not invest in myself and change careers? So that doesn't change, and channel doesn't change. I'm still going to cover Genshin Impact, going to cover Withering Waves, Azure Premilia, Duet Night Abyss, Star Rail, of course. I might cover ZZZ, why not? And yeah, I think so nothing really changes in the channel wise. I mean, it's pretty much all the same. In fact, because of this condition, I'll probably be doing maybe more stuff. Like, even though my arm's gonna lose range of motion, I can still use my fingers. I can still hold a cup of water and hold a bowl of noodles. So it's also a good thing that I left the mechanical engineering industry, because with this condition I literally have to quit mechanical engineering because I can't lift heavy things. So in a way, this is, well, I mean, I already left the mechanical engineering industry, but with this condition I would have been forced to leave instead of leaving on my own terms. So I'm glad that I've started doing software engineering and starting to study it now, and then going back next year. So I'm glad that I planned things out and then this just kind of happens. I think like when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade, get mad. That's a Portal reference. And yes, I think does Shelly have only one arm and then she's got a prosthetic arm? Like a prosthetic portal arm? I forget. Anyways. So, coming back to Freerin, the anime Beyond Journey's End. I think, like, oops, one sec guys. Okay. So, Or was I talking about Freeran? Okay. There is 2 rules in life. Make the impossible possible. And no matter how unfair the adversity, you gotta overcome it. So you can apply that to real life. And the movie Full Metal Jacket, there is a Marine quote called react, adapt, survive, overcome. So the movie's sort of like a recruitment campaign to join the US Marines. It's a really great movie actually. Anyways, so using both the quotes, I just gotta adapt to my situation. And yeah, it's not good, but I can adapt to it. Like, it's not like I'm losing my arm forever. I can get it back in like 3 years when it finally recovers. So, yeah. I'm not gonna apologize. This is just how the life works, okay? It is what it is. Like, what is there to apologize? That life gave me this condition, and I don't know. Am I worried? I mean, there's one thing that's going to be annoying, and that's getting dressed. So I found out, like, yeah. So putting a shirt on is going to be a mission, and I am adapting to that as well. And I can't like reach for things that are really high up because that's like beyond the 90-degree range. That's okay. Just means I need to buy a ladder. So it's all about adapting to the new situation, overcoming adversity. Alright. Thanks for watching. I guess if there's one thing to apologize, it's just to leave you guys on this kind of sad, depressing note. A little bit somber. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to like, subscribe, share with your friends, ring the bell, turn on all notifications. Hope you learned something about frozen shoulder. Become a member if you want to. Drop a super thanks if you want to. Until next time, see ya.